Hello Reformers and welcome back to Mountain Blade Warband. Now, when we left off we had taken even more castles from the Saranid Sultanate. I'm going to be attempting to take at least 2 castles in this episode. Not entirely sure if I'll be able to do it because obviously our units, they do tend to die relatively quickly. But there is something that I must let you know. Senuzgda castle has just come under siege. I scouted it out for a very brief second and I saw that Sultan Hakim himself was there. And suffice it to say, that's probably someone we don't really want to deal with because he has 318 units in his army. And as far as I'm aware, he's not the one that initiated the siege, if I can speak. And yeah, the other guy has, I think, 120. So you can assume that is definitely something that we don't want to defend. So instead, if you can't defend, what do? You go on offense. And that's exactly what we're doing. So we're going to go and try and take Reindi Castle right here. This is, I think, a castle with 117 units. And I'm a bit worried about it in general. I mean, I could put some archers up on this hill here. Couldn't I? Could I put some archers up on this hill here? I don't know whether our archers are good enough to be able to shoot from that range. I mean, Vajir archers might be good enough, but I don't know, and Rodox, obviously, with their crossbowmen. I don't know about the Saranids, really. I mean, they're fine, you know? They're actually pretty decent units, they're okay, but I'm not entirely sure if their bows have the range capabilities for that. So, who knows? Who knows? Okay, so let's have a look here real quick. So, a number of you have suggested that I tell my Mamluks to not use blunt weapons. But that's the thing, it kind of says use only blunt weapons. And if I do that, then that means that they're going to be using their two-handed maces, which are blunt weapons. So if I say use weapons at will, that's going to mean that they can just use the weapons any time. So I'm actually unsure what you meant with that. Maybe I'm not understanding it? Yeah, I'm probably not understanding it, but as you can see, it just says use only blunt weapons. And I don't really want them to use only blunt weapons, so yeah, it seems like this is a bit too far away, isn't it? Yeah, it seems like the archers are a little bit too far away. I'm just going to have to charge in. I think they have quite a few archers, and I don't think they have anything else really that can damage us. I think they probably do have a couple of Mamluks, but that is to be expected. I can't believe that our guards are dying this easily. I mean, really now. Come on now. Okay, so let's see here. Maybe I should tell my Saranid guards to use only blunt weapons. Because maybe that will then prevent them from using their two-handed axes. Maybe that's what you meant. And there we go. Yep, I knew that would happen. I knew that would happen. As soon as I went in here, I knew this... this is an absolutely awful, devastating... that is terrible. Look at that. That is absolutely awful. I'm gonna... Literally, I am gonna go away, and I'm gonna go to Halmar, and I'm just gonna... I don't even know. That was an utter travesty right there. They do have 34 Master Archers and 18 Mamluks, so that is pretty harsh. But that's pretty awful, isn't it? Alright, so as you can see, we've actually come to a bit of a different castle here. I got really irritated with Reindi Castle, and we're going to head back there at another point. But these were the 2 castles that I had kind of pinpointed were maybe weaknesses in the Saranid Sultanate territory. How could I be so wrong? Yes, very, very wrong about that. Anyway, Senuzgda Castle has a smaller garrison, but I wasn't sure about the layout. The layout actually seems decent. I mean, I could put my archers a little bit higher up here, and that might make a bit of a difference, but I was a bit more correct than I wanted to be about our archers' range in the previous siege, and that's the reason why I just decided just to get out of there, because literally... that was the worst thing that could happen, to be honest. Absolutely worst thing to happen. Okay, I'm going to tell my infantry to only use blunt weapons. And hopefully that means they're all going to use their shields. Yeah, it seems like they are only using... Yep, they're all using their shields instead of using two-handed. Now, the Mamluks... I don't know whether I can do anything about that. I mean, if I say use any blunt weapons, then they all change to the bad thing. So... yeah, that's not particularly good. Anyway, hopefully our archers will be able to shoot a couple... They're doing okay. Maybe I should tell them to go a little bit further up. I am getting shot in the back, but that... yeah, it's just going to happen. You know, it's just going to happen when you're commanding your units. And, yeah. So, chill out. You know, chill out. Anyway, we are almost ready to charge in here, I think. I just don't want my units to get absolutely peppered by the Master Archers. I mean, we're basically not able to retaliate at all. So, okay, I'm gonna tell my infantry to go in here, and hopefully we are gonna be good, and hopefully I'm not gonna get shot. I mean, I'm being focused a little bit here, but, well, that's a small price to pay, I suppose. A small price to pay, considering most of the enemies are probably gonna be focusing on our Mamluks here. And, oh yeah, I do have some Swadian Knights now as well, by the way. I do have some Swadian Knights. I thought I would go and get those from Malioak Castle. And now we just so happen to be losing so many, aren't we? Yeah, we are losing so many. Why are they getting stuck on the... I am having the worst luck. Absolute worst luck. I'm not entirely sure what the enemy... Well, what our allies are doing, actually. Not the enemy. Yes. Our allies are being absolutely idiotic. Look at this. Go up there. Go up there, you idiots. You Saranid Guard. You terrible, terrible person. I really... Oh, my... Really? Are you serious now? This has to be one of the worst episodes ever. Doesn't it? It literally does. I'm gonna jump off there on purpose because, literally, these people are the dumbest I have ever seen in a siege. Well, that's the thing. It's kind of weird to me that we're having problems in native, because in some mods, yes, the AI will have some difficulties pathfinding in some of the sieges, because, of course, they're going to, you know, they're going to have some problems with some of the more unique layouts. This, however, is native, and as a result, you should feel like the AI should act exactly how it's intended to act, because it has been professionally tested by, you know, QA and the developers themselves and all kinds of playtesters and things like that. But apparently the AI decided that it would be a really, really cool idea to just stand there and get murdered by the very, very numerous archers on the battlements. I have no idea why, but they did. So there's that. There's that to contemplate. That is so annoying. That is literally so annoying. It's also very annoying that we're continually losing many, many units as well. I'm gonna have to tell my archers to charge in now, because basically they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything because we have run out of arrows on them, of course. I literally don't even know what to say right now. Literally don't know what to say. Yeah. Well, this is how you know the difficulty is very high, because way back in the original series, this would not have happened, because obviously I was playing on a much, much lower difficulty. I'm not ashamed to say I was playing on a lower difficulty, because, well, it was my first time playing through the game, and, well, I kind of needed that, because I had no idea about anything. I still have no idea about most things. Some things I know more about nowadays, but that was an absolutely terrible siege. I can't believe, really, that we got stuck on the ladder. I mean, that is beyond stupid, to be honest. And yeah, there's a Senuzgda castle. I don't really mind about losing that, to be honest. Oh, Lord Drooly has been taken prisoner now by the Saranids as well. Am I going to offer them a peace agreement? Am I going to accept this? Am I going to fold, like, a piece of paper in front of them? I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to do that. I might... Oh. Wait a minute. Can we take those? We might be able to take those on. Are we... yeah. 41. No, we're unfortunately unable to take these on. If I had all 74 of my units fit for battle, I would be taking these guys on right now. I would be having no qualms about that whatsoever. Well, you can't say that my episodes aren't interesting, because that is exactly the kind of thing that will happen. It's very unpredictable, because one time we're storming through the sieges and we are absolutely destroying everyone in our path, and then the next episode we're getting absolutely destroyed. So yes, I suppose you can't say that they're not somewhat different, I guess. Never gets boring because you never know what's going to happen, I suppose. But anyway, we're going to just wait here for some time. I'm actually just going to let the wound treatment from Jeremus do its thing. Look at how fast it is. It's really good. Okay, so yeah, now we can head back. Now I'm ready to fight. Anyone? Anyone? Are you around here? Are you ready to get crushed by me in a field battle? No? Seems like they have all disappeared. And now the next thing we know is that Sultan Hakim himself will turn up and he'll say, "Hello there, you left my faction just a moment ago." Yeah. He's probably going to be quite unhappy about that. Anyway, we are ready to head back in. Hopefully, we will do a little bit of a better job this time. I'm really kind of surprised that we had such difficulties, but I'm going to tell the infantry to use only blunt weapons. Hopefully, that's going to mean that they won't use their two-handed. And at the very least, that does work with the guards. Maybe you did tell me about the guards, and I misinterpreted it as being, you know, told about the what is it now? The cavalry. Yes, that's it. Yes. Yes, the cavalry. Yes, I should definitely remember what they are called, shouldn't I? Okay, so no, I don't want to use only blunt weapons. There we go. Most of them are using shields, so that's nice. Alright, so how are our archers doing? Well, our archers are obviously not doing a very good job because they're right behind our cavalry, but is that a big deal? Doesn't seem to really make too much difference. Maybe I can actually head up here and see if I can do something like shoot one of them with my thrown weapons or something like that. I'd like to get... Ah, are you serious? There's always one of them that decides to target me only. And that's very annoying. Oh well, never mind. I think we're actually going to be a lot better now. As you can see, we're actually doing a lot better in terms of the amounts of units we've killed in comparison to the amounts of units that we've lost. So obviously that's going to be a little bit better. These guys, can you please kill these guys? There we go. Thank you, Jeremus. There we go. Jeremus is actually doing a very good job. Good work. Very, very good work, Jeremus. Alright, so I think it's about time we go in here. And, yes, hopefully we are going to have a bit of an easier time getting in. So I'm going to go first. Please don't shoot me. Oh no, are you serious? Oh, come on now. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to have to use my thrown weapons against these guys. See if I can eliminate some of them. I did 47 damage to one, so that's nice. But these guys are so entrenched here. It's not even funny. Okay, so let's just try and tackle these guys. Try and take them out. At least destroy their shields or something like that. And maybe we will be in a good position then. I just don't want to die. Basically, that's the only thing I want to prevent myself from doing at the moment, because dying is going to mean that the siege will end, and then we will have an even harder time of things. Am I getting shot from the side? If I'm getting shot from the side, I'm going to die in a couple of seconds, but I don't think that's going to make too much difference. Can you... The Swadian knights are being killed by infantry and things? Are you... I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I am literally... the most speechless I've been in many, many episodes, because these guys, these very few, same unit caliber, by the way, same unit caliber, are defeating us this easily. Now, I should mention that this is exactly what I was talking about in the previous episodes about the defensive advantage. And now if you look at my army, you know, it's pretty good, right? I mean, you know, it's not the best, because I could have Nordhuskars and, you know, whatever else would be making the most optimal army, but basically, you see my army. I've got Mamluks, I've got Swadian Knights, Master Archers, Saranid Guards, things like that, right? And then you see the enemy, and they have, you know, a couple of guards. You know, they have about, they had about 6 guards, and they had about, what, 8 Mamluks remaining, and I had 20 or so of each Swadian Knights and Mamluks. And then you think to yourself, how did I take so many casualties? Well, that's the reason. The defensive advantage. That's what I was talking about in the previous episode. So that's exactly what I mean. So that's the reason why you may think that my difficulty is lower than it actually is, because when we are in a defensive stance, it is so much easier to defend. Really so much easier. And the only way that we were even able to make any headway here whatsoever is because of our army being so good. And it's actually hilarious. I had 18, didn't I? I had about 18 Saranid Guards when this episode started, and now we have 8. So losing 10 of those is very, very painful, because they're you know, they're not the most difficult thing to level up, but you know, there's something that you definitely don't want to have happen. So anyway, I'm going to give this to Beheshtur, I think, because he's going to get the villages and the castle. I think that should be pretty good. I'm going to be indicting Lord Iam quite soon. Lord Druli has gotten himself taken prisoner, so I suppose we're going to have to rescue him relatively soon. I don't know whether he is taken prisoner by Sultan Hakim or something like that, but I suppose we'll find out. Okay. There's Sultan Hakim. He seems to be doing a couple of things with indicting people and stuff like that. Okay, so how many do we have here? We have 47 units here. That is not enough to deter Emir Gulasan from attempting to take it, which, in all fairness, is perfectly acceptable. I was expecting someone to come along here and basically be like, hello there, you know, sort of thing. But anyway, let's see what he decides to do. If a bunch of Saranid vassals turns up, I could technically accept peace now. I'm still a bit worried about this. See, this is the thing. If I accept peace, what are we going to do? If I accept peace, we are going to probably declare war against someone else once we have fully garrisoned most of our keeps. So technically, it might make sense to do that. Because then, most of our castles would be basically unassailable. They would be basically be unavailable for anyone to take because they are just too well defended. And it would give my vassals a little bit of chances to sort of build up their armies and things like that as well. So maybe we should do that, but I was very much wanting to go against the Saranids pretty hard here and try to take Dirim as well as the surrounding castles. But as you can see, the defensive advantage has very much depleted our ability to do that. I think I'm actually going to accept this. That might be a mistake in the long run, because it is going to allow the Saranids to garrison their keeps and their towns a lot better, and have a lot more units there. But as it stands, we seem to be maybe overextending ourselves a little bit and spreading ourselves pretty thinly. So I'm going to accept this peace agreement because we're going to gain a little bit of right to rule as well. And that guy's going to now run away. And we also get Lord Druli back, as far as I am aware. I think he will probably come back and join us. Anyway, Senuzgda Castle is ripe for the taking when we declare war again. As you can see, this is exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to go out from Halmar, take Reindi Castle, take Senuzgda Castle, and then we would have a direct line to Dirim. And that's exactly what I wanted to do. But yeah, it seems like my plans were defeated by the by the bottlenecks of these various castles. As you can see, though, 30 master archers. That's pretty harsh. That's pretty harsh. I mean, the archers of the Saranids are actually pretty decent. So yeah, maybe I should see what I can do. I'm going to go back to the drawing board a little bit. I'm going to see what kind of units I can employ. I'm probably going to go around here, get a bunch of Swadian recruits and just level them up with some trainer skill and things. And then we're just going to consolidate our forces at Halmar. And in the next episode, hopefully I will be able to get all of this done before the next episode. Yeah, in that one, then hopefully we will be able to hopefully launch an attack against another faction, or maybe someone will declare war against us. Anyway, as you can see here, Rolf is talking to us about the woods of Eladar. This place is thick with bandits and outlaws. The King of Swadia declared this to be his personal hunting preserve, and he'd kill any man who as much as strung his bow here. Well, King Harlas is dead. So, well, not dead, but he's kind of exiled. Maybe he is dead, who knows? Maybe someone executed him. Technically, you can't do that, but role-playing purposes, you know. But yeah, if you want to see what Rolf said, you can, of course, you know, pause the video if you so desire. But anyway, I'm going to head back to Halmar and do as I said, and basically just go around recruiting people, because we are not at war against anyone. So this is the best time to do that. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.